Hello students. Today we revise the topic population interactions. As we already studied these interactions in detail, but now today we revise all the instructions in brief. As we know that no species or member of a species live alone. They interact with other species, at least one other at least for food. Even a plant species which make its own food cannot survive alone. It also needs the soil microbes to break down the organic material in soil and return the inorganic nutrients for absorption. So, one species interacts in any way with the other species, and these species interact in various way, and we called them such as mutualism, competition, predation, parasitism, commensalism, and amensalism. Generally, we first of all study the mutualism. In mutualism, both the interacting species are beneficial. In these interactions, the both species get benefit in many ways, like in lichens, the algae and fungi interact with one another. The algae synthesize food, whereas the fungi provide the nutrients to the algae. And the interaction between insects and the flowering plants provide them to nectar, and the insects carry the pollination for them. So in both the example, we see that both species are benefited. Competition, in competition, both the interacting species are harmed. Neither one is benefited. Like when two species interact with the same source, they are detrimental for each other. In predation, in this interaction, one species is benefited and the other species is harmed. The benefited species is called predator, and the species which is harmed is called as prey. And we see the many examples of predation in our life when carnivorous animal attack on its prey and consume it, then we can say the predator is beneficial and prey is harm. In parasitism, in this interaction, one species is benefited and the other species is harmed. Here, the species which is benefited is called parasites, and the species which is in loss or harm is called host. The parasite live in or on permanently on the host and takes the food in free. The parasite species is smaller than its host species. And in commensalism, the one species is benefited and other species is neither benefited nor harmed. In commensalism, like epiphytes, the epiphyte plants grow on another plant on tree trunk of other plant, and in this way the plant which grow on other plant is benefited while the tree trunk on which the other plant grow is not benefited, not harmed. And the agate birds which live in the cattle herd also show the commensalism interaction, because in this example the agate bird is benefited whereas the cattle are neither benefited nor harmed. And in amensalism, the one species is neither benefited nor harmed, whereas the other species is harmed. And this type of interaction is shown in microorganism where one species of microbes or bacteria produces some chemical substances around its colony, and when any other colony come in contact with this chemical they are harmed. And this species which release these chemical around them their colonies neither benefited nor harmed by the killing of other species. Okay.